change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. Some don't know the effects they have on others when everything that we do affects our younger brothers and sisters. To me it seems that the facts have missed us. Who will be there to reach down to hug and kiss us? Frankly, the current state that we're in needs to be discussed. Self-respect is a must. We need to tone down the lust, avoiding the fact that it provides a pleasant rush. But who in this world can you trust? The answer to that is yourself. Don't take what that man says off the bat. Pick that book up off the shelf. That don't mean not to trust. That means to take what he's saying, think about it, and then come back and discuss. Let's change the world. 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 Let's just unite. Let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change 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 the world. Let's just unite. Let's stop.
It's gonna be a good one tonight. I hope y'all ready.
Murders in the world. We gotta change the world.
Y'all ready tonight?
Because if we don't change it up, we're gonna make it in this world. We need to focus on the present.
What's good, B8? What's good, Sean Breezy?
If we keep it up like this, then that's gonna be
good, everybody, man.
You gotta know just where you're coming from
to get where you're going. So get on your search for knowledge, cause there's power in knowing. Cover to cover, and after you get the information, pass it to your brother, spread it to the whole world. If you know it ain't fake, you'll be surprised the difference in this world that one man can make. But you gotta balance it out, and if we all found that, we change the world, no doubt. All right. Thank you so much for tapping in, tuning in. Cut the intro short. Thank y'all so much. Definitely appreciate y'all. Anybody who's tapping in, man. Anybody who stays tuned in. Anybody who's been rocking with me from the beginning to where we at now. I appreciate you. It's not been a it's been a journey, but it's not been I won't say it's all bad. I won't say it's all good. It's just been a journey, man. And life is a journey. Life is a definite roller coaster ride. You're gonna have your ups, your downs, your thrills, your cries, your smiles. But at the end of the ride, if you did it right, if you held on tight, it'll be a good old chuckle at the end. It should be a good laugh at the end of it if you held on tight, you know? If you endure, it'll be worth it in the end. Today's episode, I'm gonna be talking about something that I'm actually pissed off, y'all. I'm not mad like I'm mad, but I'm pissed off that we're absolutely living in times where people can't spot a fake. We're living in times where motherfuckers can't spot the truth. They can't spot the good ones. They can't spot the real leaders. First and foremost, I'm not the only one out here. There's millions of leaders. God sprinkled us all around the planet to try to balance this shit out and even the playing field. Because if you pay attention to it, I don't like that circle glare. I get my eyes. If you pay attention to it, the people who are come to help, the people who are come here to try to save the people or change the mentality of the nation or the world are all speaking of the same. We're all speaking the same message, the same tongue. We're speaking the same. Now, may not be verbatim. Everybody has their twist. Everybody got their spin. But the facts are the facts are the facts. The truth is the truth. So you can't really spin the truth. You can spin a lie. You can spin. You can glamorize the story. You can make up some bullshit. But the truth, you can't really glamorize it too much. It's not many ways you can serve the truth. You know, some say the truth is a dish best served cold, but I don't necessarily agree with that because you know you could tell the truth in a way where people can accept it as well. You can speak the truth where people can understand it as well and appreciate it if you do it right. But that comes from being a good teacher. But in these times, most motherfuckers can't even understand or recognize or realize who's real and who's fake. Now this is all. Now I'm gonna show you. I got some backing up, some footage to back up what I'm saying, and I also have a few clips I'm going to play tonight. Uh, there isn't a real leader. No, there isn't. Like I said, if you what's up, Max Jackson? Like I said, if you pay attention to what I said, God sprinkled a bunch of us real leaders out here. There's not just one. There's many sprinkled all around the earth. And like I said, if you listen to what the real ones are saying, the ones who are really for the people, the ones who are generally trying to help, the ones who are generally trying to lead people in the right direction, they're all generally speaking the same thing. Like I said, you might have a pastor, you might have a mentor, it could be a coach, it could be anything, they could be anywhere in society, it could be a homeless man speaking the truth, and it's going to be the same truth as all of the rest of the good real leaders in the world, because like I said, the truth is but from one source. Reality is one. There's one reality, and everything else is just motherfucker making up some shit to sound good. You can all lead anyone. You can all lead anyone anywhere. I don't know what you mean by that, but I say this. Even though we have real leaders out here amongst us, majority of people can't spot them and don't believe in them because they are being misled by the false idols. They're being misled by the false prophets. They're being misled by the false preachers, the false teachers. You know, yes. Martin Luther King was in Alpha Phi Alpha. Exactly. So if you look on the thumbnail, that's why I put the picture of Martin Luther King next to Malcolm X, because Malcolm X, because Martin Luther King was the fake leader that they sent in to defuse the real leader, aka Malcolm X. See, there's methods to everything that I do. I do nothing for no reason. I don't do nothing without having thought about it. So Martin Luther King was a sellout. Martin Luther King was the government sent, the false prophet who was sent in by the government to preach the opposite and to promote the opposite of what the real leader at the time, Malcolm X, was doing. Because Malcolm X was saying, hey, if they're going to be kicking our ass, we're going to start kicking their ass. If they're going to do this to our women, we're going to do this to their women. If it's going to be an eye, it's going to be an eye for an eye. Which, as a man, you're never supposed to let another man just totally punk you. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Martin Luther King was the plant. Martin Luther King was Charleston. Martin Luther King was that day's Charleston White. We got people like Charleston White. You know, they create people like Charleston White and give us that to try to diffuse the people like me, the real ones who speak the real truth online. And so they put a clown, and I'm not discrediting everything Charleston White does, because if you don't know anything about the devil, he speaks double tongued. He gonna mix the truth with lies to try to come with an agenda. And if you look at what Charleston White has all brought, he only brought a bunch of confusion, destruction, and confusion to the internet or to the world. I was just saying what you were saying, lead people to the darkness or lead people to the light. We are all leaders, possibly. Exactly. We all could be workers of God, or we all could be workers of Satan, depending on your actions. It's all depending on your actions. Your actions are going to lead you to your destination. So your thoughts, your actions, and the way you react to things, that's ultimately what's going to create who you are, or seal your fate, essentially. Um, but what a lot of people need to understand is these false idols that they have us following, that they have us believing in, that they have us worshiping, because you have people like Katy Perry and musicians and shit who get worshiped like gods to these fans, these fanatic people. And see, that's another thing. People say fan, that means fanatic. That means you think so highly of somebody that you go fanatical. You go above and beyond on your reaction, the way you hold them to high standards. And it's false ideology. It's bullshit. It's actually a sin to it's almost a sin to worship somebody. Now, when you're trying to learn, like if you're in college, um, like right now, some of y'all are watching me, you're learning, you're watching me, maybe not just to specifically learn, y'all probably just fuck with me. But when you watch me, you know you could learn something because, and if you come, and like me, when it's like you go to college, you go to learn. So if you're coming to learn from somebody, you don't have to idolize them. You know, you don't have to put them on a high pedestal. Now you could give them respect, like, yeah, appreciate Betty for what he says and what he gives us and tells us. But other than that, Betty breathes and shits and pisses and all bleeds just like me. So, like you said, we all have the potential and possibility to be what we're supposed to be, or or you could be what you're not supposed to be. Let me see what the comment said. I don't think King was plant, but they used him to undermine us. He was a plant. Now I'm gonna tell you why King was a plant, and I'm gonna explain it really very quickly. Martin Luther King came at a time, so you have to look at. You cannot be blinded. Why do you think he's the main person that they promote for anything black? Why? Now let me tell you why. At the time of Martin Luther King, and when I'm gonna show you in just a second, is gonna prove all of what I'm saying. It's systematic. When in the time 1960s, in those mid 60s, before the civil rights movement, before they gave the fake equality to black people, before they gave the fake civil rights to black people, because post civil rights treatment of black people is probably worse. I mean, or it's almost as worse as it was while we were in full on biased slavery or full on discrimination. Because now the discrimination is a different form of discrimination. It's systematic, it's financial, it's systematic, keeping you out of shit, keeping you in shit like jails, and keeping you poor and disenfranchised. That's the new form of racism. But I'm not trying to digress. So look, when Martin Luther King was in there, right at that time before he came about, black people were standing up against the social inequalities of racism. In those times, black people were fighting back. See, this is what you have to understand. In the mid to later 60s, black people started fighting back. AKA, you're not finna keep billy clubbing me. You're not finna keep sicking these dogs on me. You're not finna keep lynching me. You're not finna keep shooting me on the spot. You're not finna keep doing this to me. So what they do, they started kicking ass. Kicking ass. You hear me? And I don't promote violence. I don't promote anything, but I do promote fairness, fair treatment, and equality. Civil equality, racial equality, all the equalities I promote, because I feel like that you're supposed to be treated as a human when you're a fucking human, especially when you were the first human. So look, those black people in those times was starting to kick ass because they stopped getting tired of getting their ass kicked. So they made things like the Black Panther Party. They had things like, before that, you had Marcus Garvey and the Garveyites and the movement where Marcus Garvey was going to take a bunch of black people. He built the Black Starliner ship. He built a ship or bought it, whatever the fuck. I ain't saying he built it with his hands, but Marcus Garvey bought a ship called the Black Star Liner, and he was gonna send black people from America to in Africa, and it had a place where he had linked up for them to go. So what happened? Our government came in and sabotaged all of this because they didn't want their asses kicked. They couldn't enforce their racism on us as strongly as they was before because we started standing the fuck up. Hence, strength in numbers. Hence, unity in the community. Hence, power to the people. See, these are the movements that were going on in the late 60s, mid 60s. Power to the people. People's standing up for their fucking selves. Instead of talking about it, they was being about it. They had their own businesses. They had their own banks. They had their own shit, their own everything, their own shoes, their own clothes. Black people had their own towns. Black people had their own everything. What started happening? Systematic bombing, disenfranchising, assassinations, and all that. And then when that didn't work, you send in motherfucking weak ass, turn the other cheek ass Martin Luther King Jr., who promoted don't fight back, who promoted let's sit down, who promoted let's protest. What the? Protesting ain't never got black people nothing but noticed. It got you noticed. In the beginning of the 60s and 50s and all that, yeah, it got people noticed. It made the struggle aware. Now, I'm not taking against or from nobody who stood up for those times and who rallied and protested. I appreciate, and they made it to where we at today. So God bless all the people who had participation in the upliftment and the advancement for the black people. You know, I appreciate you. But at the same time, hold on, at the same time, we already know. Let me read these comments. Plant, exactly. Boom, boom, boom. Anyone remember Dr. King in the hospital smiling when he supposedly died from a gunshot? Exactly. If he died on the scene where the hospital pictures came from. Hey, did y'all know, and this is a fact, and you can look it up right now, they said Dr. King wasn't killed by the gunshot. The gunshot hit him, and supposedly, and he was killed by the doctor in the hospital. They suffocated him with a pillow. And that's a fact. This came out like what, a few years ago. You can look it up for yourself. So of course, if you were, and see, now I'm gonna tell y'all all these stupid sellouts who did all kind of evil dirt, and they thought they was gonna be let alone to run free. If you are part of some evil plot, if you're part of some evil twist, if you're not the one who's creating it, the twist is gonna unfumble and uncrumble on your dumb ass in the end. They not gonna leave you to be able to tell what the fuck you was a part of, you dummies. So all you people committing crimes and doing illegal things, you're gonna get done in the end anyway, because once you commit the crime, there's no honor amongst thieves. None. Mr. Satan comes to collect when it's time. He ain't no honor amongst that. He don't care nothing about you. He gonna use and abuse you until he loses you. You understand me? Let me read these. Exactly, Matt Jackson, come to collect. Exactly. We don't know he was really killed. Plus, look, read that shit about the doctor hospital. Read it. They said that shit on the news, on TV. I heard about that shit on TV. King wanted peace because he knew if he went violent route that we would have been slaughtered in the numbers. That's a motherfucking lie. we still getting slaughtered in numbers. That's a lie. That's a lie, bro. We been getting slaughtered by the numbers. This not it. Motherfuckers walking down the street and seeing people hung by trees by the numbers. It's not it. What it was motherfuckers started kicking ass and they realized that they couldn't keep that shit up. So in order to, if you can't beat them, you join them. If you can't beat them, you join them. Y'all can't understand. Sean, you having a hard time understanding, so I'm trying to slow down to catch you up, but I'm not even going to try to catch you up. I just want to make relevance of the facts, bro. No Sirski. No Sirski, bro. And I'm not against you. I appreciate you for your time and your comments, bro. I really do. But you got to see it. You got to stop thinking Martin Luther King, Martin Luther King. That's the only thing you knew about Black History Month. Martin Luther King Jr., Martin Luther King Jr. Every Black History Month in school, 10 people in the class doing a Black Martin Luther King Jr. Essay, doing a report on Martin Luther King Jr. At least 10 out of every class. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get out of here. What about Stephen Biko? What about man, there's so many of them, bro. Malcolm X. What about motherfucking Marcus Garvey? Toussaint Louverture. You know, Shaka Zulu. Fuck. Stephen Biko. Nelson Mandela. Yeah, what about the real ones? What about the real ones? See, but a lot of people can't understand real. Because what's up, E? My boy E in here, free thinker with my dog. What's good, bro? I was just watching your last video you posted the other day. Yesterday I watched it. Well, it was a video you did yesterday about the what was you talking about? Because I've watched a few of your jumps. You had the video game paused on the screen, and you was what the fuck you was talking about? Because I'm in my train of thought. But yeah, you know I fuck with you, bro. So yeah. So when people started waking up, when the power to the people and people started waking up and started carrying shotguns and walking down the street and patrolling their own neighborhoods and keeping them racist, evil motherfuckers out of their neighborhood, the government said, oh, no, no, no. So let me show y'all what happened. Let me read these comments real quick and I'm going to show y'all what happened. He was smothering. Exactly. At least Max knows. At least Max knows. This shit public information. They came out with this. I'm not making this up. They said this. Go read books. He tells that civil rights was just one part of his mission. Of course, listen now, he had some good shit he was doing. Of course, bro. Of course. Of course he was doing some good shit. Like they was trying to get money. They was trying to get reparations for black people too. They won't tell you that either. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X was trying to get money for blacks. Because blacks have been disenfranchised. They took all our wealth and all our land and all our resources. So how the fuck we ever supposed to come up? You took our land, resources, and our money and shit, and then you stole our ways of life on how to grow and how to motherfucking till the land and how to work this earth. And then you used it against us. Now you're using technology man, come on, boy. How the fuck we were supposed to come up? And I'm not cool with one or two black people being straight, because if one or two of us are straight, that's just an optical illusion that make everybody else run in that direction. AKA, that's why everybody want to be rappers. That's why everybody want to be athletes. And that's why everybody want to be actors. Everybody want to be celebrities, because nobody wants to be intellectual. They just want to be super rich and popular. Some dumb shit that means nothing. A king can have royalty and all that, but if he don't do nothing with the throne, you wasted your fucking royalty. So all these people, these celebrities that we love and y'all love so much, they don't do nothing with their thrones. They just fucking like to be on top of poor paupers and shit. And like to go on stage to 10 feet up above or 5, 6 feet above everybody and stand and look down on everybody and talk down to everybody. That's what they like to do. And y'all go look up to them and put your hands up, put your hands up, and y'all motherfucking praise these motherfuckers like deities, bro. Put your hand in the sky if you love it. Put your hands in the sky if you feel, man. Niggas is crazy, bro. Praising these motherfucking fake idols. Let me read these comments because I'm fucking with y'all. I'm fucking with y'all, man. MKL program. Yeah, facts. The vibrations so related, or it was a ring versus Malcolm X. LOL, no pun intended. Exactly. It has a ring versus Malcolm X. It's just messed up how they did my boy, man. Get your hand out my pocket. Couldn't imagine getting killed in front of your daughter, in front of your wife, get killed in front of your family. Couldn't imagine, bro. Just for speaking. They killed my boy for fucking talking. When did talking become a crime? You know why? I'm going to show you why in just a second. I heard Martin name was Michael. Oh, I don't know. But Martin had a ring to it. It probably, you know how it goes. I just look, it don't matter what his name was. It does to them sometimes. Your positions and all that shit, but it's really who can be used for a purpose at the time. That's all it's about, man. If they could use me, they would let my channel blow up, man. Bro, if if anybody's watching, please share this video. Please share share this to your Facebook. Share this to something, bro. Share this for me, y'all. Somebody, please share this to your best friend. Share it to somebody you love, or just text it to somebody right quick. Just to pass the message. But no, they don't. If they wanted what if speaking can get you out of here, and that don't make sense. But I thought it was freedom of speech. But speech can get you killed. So your speech can get your freedom take away from you, aka Rashad Jamal. My nigga Rashad Jamal got his freedom taken from him for speaking. Now the crime they say he committed, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not gonna say he did or didn't, but what I'm saying is I don't think he did it. Because the same bullshit that they tried to accuse him of, that they locked him up for, they tried to accuse me of that too. The same type shit. Well, not with, but it was nothing. It's false bullshit. All bullshit. So I understand that the games that they play when they get desperate, they can use the woman to lie on you. They can use the women against you. And who did what in the Bible? Eve did what? Okay. Hello. Now I'm not against women because I love y'all and I wish to see families go back to the times of 50, 60-year-old marriages. I wish to see families go back to the times of 10 kids, 15 kids. I wish to see families go back to the times of jumping a broom and living together and getting big and old and ugly and fat together and living their lives for what it's supposed to be instead of trying to remain young, trying to keep up and woo, 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 woo. I wish to see more people living life in its natural state and not trying to be perfect and rich and well put and rich and all famous and celebrity. And most of y'all is basic as fuck. Most people are basic and regular as fuck, but they want to look like a celebrity. Most people be old as fuck, but they want to look young. Make it make sense. Your youth will be your youth could be affected by your health. So if you want to be natural, I mean, you want to be healthy and youthful, then be healthy. Make it make sense. But we're living in a time where people are so insane they would rather go spend $20,000 on a BBL, $50,000 on a BBL, a Brazilian butt lift, than go to the gym 5 days out the week and exercise and do squats and do booty exercises and gut exercises. They rather spend 50,000 and potentially die. There's so many women. I could look at her right now, but I'm not, because I don't give a shit. There's so many women who die in the motherfucking after them surgeries because they dumbass want to look like a fucking snatched body. Baby girl, you had babies. You got 40 pounds of fat on you. Work it off or chill the fuck out and accept it. See, Big Mama and them didn't worry about. Big Mama and them wasn't worried about being fat and all that. You know why? She put a big ass dress on to cover it up, a coverall dress. And guess what? Her husband, Big Daddy, he loved her. Big Daddy loved Big Mama. Because Big Mama knew exactly what to do to please Big Daddy. She didn't have to do too much, do all this extra shit that these new women do. She cooked that meal he liked. She take care of them kids. She set everything up, and she take him down at night just like he liked. And he bust her down just the way she liked. It was equal love. He go to work. He do his part. He fix shit. He make shit. He builds shit. He helps shit. He does shit. He pays for shit. He's a man. Men have an intricate part, just like a woman has an intricate part. But guess what? All these beta males pedestalized women to the, oh, you're perfect godmother, queen universe, mama soul, all this bullshit. They pedestalized women to and glorified them to where women started charging dudes for money. Women started uh just breaking, manipulating, and just destroying dudes. The sucker dudes, not the real dudes, but the sucker dudes. Yeah, I've been manipulated too. At a point, I was a sucker when I was younger. You know, and so I can attest to this shit. Like if a beautiful woman tell me, "Hey, baby, I want you to come on, just come on, give me $100 and let's go buy this. I just really want it. Ooh, it would look so nice on me." And you do it because you want your baby to be happy and look nice, and because you think you're gonna get some ass, so you do it. And then guess what happens? She moves on to the next. Because you were just that moment in time to get that whoop. Or even if y'all had a relationship, it was built on what you could do for her until she found something better. And I'm not saying all women do this, but a lot of them fucking do this. Nobody wants to be real, man. Let me read these comments, man, because I don't think y'all feeling me. No different than 808 beats. Hold on. People gravitate more towards MLK because it had a ring to it, and he was highly publicized. Man, they promoted that nigga like Jesus. He was Martin Luther King was like the modern day Jesus, bro. They promoted him next to Michael Jackson. Martin Luther King got most production promotion like Michael Jackson, bro. Straight up. Damn mosquito. You know, I just wish, man. So look, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all something. Something to show y'all, man. This is about why people can't tell the fake leaders and between the good leaders. Okay. Hold on. We were kind of forced to be in a marriage and do things the traditional way at one point. All black folks had was anchor one another. Maybe this was truly, hold on, maybe this is true. This is who we truly are. I mean, we always had relationships, man. We always had kings and queens, and from the beginning of time, we always had queens and queens. And so, look, let me
In the early
listen.
1920s, before we had an FBI, we had a BI, a Bureau of Investigation. A young, ambitious, and unprincipled attorney named J. Edgar Hoover was hired in the
Fair
BI.
use.
And one of his first assignments was to explore how to destroy the mass movement, revolutionary Pan-Africanist movement led by Marcus Garvey. J. Edgar Hoover learned the tactics of disruption, of surveillance, of the use of the law, and the breaking of the law to destroy a legitimate social protest movement.
J. Edgar Hoover really got his start in the surveillance of black radicals. Hoover was the point man for monitoring and amassing an enormous file system. Among his very earliest cases was his pursuit of Marcus Garvey. J. Edgar Hoover had a particular thing
He's the
in pursuing black leaders. It's
Hold on.
partly
Hold on. Look, J. Edgar Hoover was he's the one who started the FBI. So just know that J. Edgar Hoover is the president of the FBI, the top.
social. It's also partly a reflection of Hoover's strange sense of
Yeah,
morality.
the face.
He felt that blacks had to be kept in check because if they weren't, they could contribute to the destabilizing of American morality.
Look, because if black people started telling how fucked up we got done, everybody's gonna have to do something about it. If we really told how messed up they did us, they would have to do something about it. They want to sweep us under the rug.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Stag and skip out for beer during
Hold on, I don't know about that music. Hold on.
which were used against a wide range of organizations and leaders in the civil rights struggle.
He started his campaign against black people with Marcus Garvey and extended all the way to Dr. Martin Luther King. Every black organization, such as the NAACP, the Urban League, were under surveillance.
When the party says power to the people, we ain't jiving a pound. We say power to the people. And when the people say...
It seemed that we were gaining control in certain ideological thinking because we had such leaders as Malcolm, we had Stokely Carmichael, we had Rap Brown, we had Angela Davis. They were getting mass coverage in the press. Their influence was carrying over to white youth.
Hello.
And this psychological influence, according to J. Edgar Hoover, was dangerous.
The FBI's counterintelligence program, known as COINTELPRO, would take a heavy toll on the Black Power movement. Particularly hard hit were the young members of the Black Panther Party.
J. Edgar Hoover and the COINTELPRO operation had a very direct, devastating impact on the Black Panther Party. In every chapter, there was at the very least, a serious informant. But most of the time, it was not only an informant, but also a provocateur, someone who would be in the group
Charleston White.
to agitate, to confuse.
People on the
Charleston
East Coast
White.
were supposed to get letters from people on the West Coast and vice versa, talking about each other, and it ultimately caused a split
Beef.
within the Black Panther Party. But
Tupac
they weren't
versus
sending
Biggie.
The letters were coming from the FBI.
Tupac
I would
versus
say that
Biggie.
Hoover's effect and his impact on African Americans and our attempt in our struggle for freedom has been extremely negative. He destroyed several black leaders. He destroyed and broke the back of numerous black movements.
It was learning at the feet of Garvey that J. Edgar Hoover became the monster that he was.
So
The one who destroyed civil rights and civil liberties using a state-sponsored terrorism that was also racist to destroy struggles for democracy by black people.
So look, that motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you something. Let me cook. Can I cook some gumbo stew for y'all? So look, the motherfucker studied Master Messiah Garvey for so long. He figured the game out from Messiah Garvey and turned his game up and put down some put some evil shit on, used the good tactics to make his evil work better. Did you hear what he said? He said after studying Messiah Garvey for so long, bro goddamn came up. J. Edgar Hoover did. Y'all have to understand, we have always had the power. You have to understand, these people, and I love the government, I love my country, I really do, man. I appreciate everything, how the system's set up and everything and all that. But to sit here and act like motherfuckers is it's all these fake ass people and nobody's watching the real, like, let me say something. Let me see. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, man. Another great leader we had in our modern times. One of the great leaders we had, man, who was just positive. You could look at snapshots and you could say whatever you want, but if you watch it, listen to the man's and I'm not here kissing his butt or bigging him up. I'm saying we have leaders come and go, and even in their death, people don't appreciate them. Some of our best men have died for nothing. Some of our best men have died in vain. Let me show you, because they tried so hard, and I know. Let me just play this.
Because
I don't even know what this is.
increasing your value does two things primarily for guys. You increase your opportunities and you increase your options.
Hold on.
So thank you to the Godfather for giving Tech a shout out. Yeah, because increasing your opportunities right now, there are people right now, the pandemic is making new millionaires. Because they can't go into the office and because they have a particular skill set that lends to them being able to work in this digital landscape and become more effective at a distance. So, to all my introverts, understand something. If you listen to what I tell you and just learn some of the basic things about EQ, you can separate yourself from your coworkers and your competitors and fast track. That's what I did. That's what a lot of guys do. One of the key things in this whole high value thing is learning that you're going to have to sacrifice. Anywhere you go, you're going to have to invest in coaching. You're going to have to do crap jobs, work long hours, stop looking for the fast track, quick. You're going to have to worry about the long, slow, deferred gratification. All the things you hear, and anybody who's been successful will tell you a lot of these things. And trying to work around or do it for cheap or get over on somebody is the quickest way to make your name mud with people who could really help you. Because I would tell you, these guys talk. And if you think you're going to hustle somebody to like, oh man, nah. So here's the thing. High value. So stay on track. Henry's.
I don't
High
even
earners
know.
not rich yet.
I don't know
There
what he's
goes some
about to
men
say,
and
but I'm
women.
just showing you
And the
who he
difference
is.
between the Henrys and the previous generations were waiting to live life after retirement. These generations are wanting to live life now. The key is balance. The key is balance, in my opinion. You can still plan for the future and live a good life now. Because today, many people aren't getting married as early and they're not having as many kids. So it's different.
Yep.
But you got to realize the most important thing in high value is understanding. Time is the most important thing you have. Time is the most important thing you have. Money, resources, power, status, influence, network, gravitas. These are some components of increase. These are some components that you want to increase. Now understand something. I'm an image consultant. And yes, I am a successful guy because I've tried many things and I've failed a lot. But as an image consultant, I deal in reality. Reality, outcomes. I don't deal in theory and what could happen. You notice that a lot on my show. I'm always talking about outcomes. Reality. I don't deal in what could be or what should be. I don't deal in principled arguments. So in my world, things are very black and white, which makes gray, which is what you see me wear a lot of times. Black, white, but most of the time you see me in a gray pinstripe suit. If you watch the Game of Thrones.
So now I just give you some ideas. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, a wonderful black man that was here, who did a whole lot. Oh my God, years and years and years before he even blew up. This man was on here for years telling people, be a better man, be better, be better. So that's what I'm just saying, right? So now I just seen tonight, even in this man's death, he's been dead for about a year or so, almost a year. You know, time flies, man. But even in this man's death, hold on. Even in this man's passing, people are still trying to discredit him, because I'm gonna say something. All these simp sucker dudes who have to pay to play and pander and tell these girls you're the queen of the world and all this, they have to disrespect the man who tells you you got to be a better man. So once you become a better man, you can have higher demands and you can request this. And that's anything in the world. Once you get more of a college degree, you want a higher paying job. You can have some. Go ahead, open them up. Once you get your doctor degree, you're gonna go for the highest doctor paying job. Like, it's just common sense. So look, I'm gonna play this little video of some pastor. It's a probably a millionaire pastor, because he's sitting in front of a mansion, and he's talking shit about Kevin Samuels. He's basically saying Kevin Samuels destroyed the black family dynamic. All right. And the black family dynamic was being destroyed way before Kevin Samuels. And one man, a lot of people don't even know who he is. I just had to get this off because this shit really is crazy. But it's only a 2-minute clip, real quick, y'all. People, what I'm trying to show y'all is how people take a real leader who could possibly give you some positive input and positive positive input to your life, and they could try to defame and discredit them even after their death. That's all I'm showing y'all. People can't spot the real ones. Meet the sheet. People can't spot real leaders for the life of them, and it's because they've been J. Edgar Hoover. And these niggas don't even understand the fake ones. That's why they can't see the fake rappers. They can't see the fake celebrities. They can't see it.
Samuels with Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was a terrorist to the family dynamic, to the family structure. He was a terrorist. He convinced weak men to be weaker men. Any Any man that convinces a man that he's the prize and the woman isn't is your enemy. A good woman deserves everything on this earth and in the universe.
And
she
the
gives us
universe.
children. She brings us peace, harmony, joy. She rubs our back. She turns our house into a home, our groceries into a meal. She nurtures our children. She nurtures us, even when we're in our ego and our pride. And you allow Kevin Samuels to ask you to ask your woman what she brings to the table? The woman is the table. But the majority of you men have nothing to place on that table. You're mentally deficient. You're financially deficient. You're emotionally deficient. You're spiritually deficient. And your masculinity is deficient. So if you want to pass like Kevin Samuels with multiple failed marriages, leaving a world where your children don't even respect you, of course follow him. But that man's ghost needs to be put in the grave.
He's jealous of the man in his death.
Beneficial to us as a whole.
I'm never gonna know who you are.
Uplifted. The woman needs to be learned. The woman needs to be nurtured.
True.
Because that's what providers do until she's able to become whole herself. She's been broken. She doesn't trust us. She's been betrayed. She doesn't trust us. We don't protect her. She doesn't trust us. We don't provide for her. She doesn't trust us. But we have the audacity to listen to a man that had severe mommy issues. Man, allow Kevin Samuels' ghost to be buried with the body. And if you guys take this the wrong way or get defensive about what I'm saying, you're part of the problem. And some of you women are so broken, you listen to Kevin Samuels because you suffer from daddy issues. There's nothing more greater than a woman. She's the first gift to man. She must be protected and provided for by all means necessary. And we have to understand who's a terrorist to the family dynamic. I love y'all. Peace.
As he walks into his mansion. What you have here is clearly a case of jealousy. You have clearly a man whose wife is in control of his house. You have a man who clearly is one of them niggas who have to buy Birkin bags and buy Maseratis and this is and that's for his wife, and he has to do this because she's gonna leave him. The first lady always listen. I ain't the one gossiping about another man. That's not what I'm doing. But what I'm saying is this nigga in his death can't even rest because these niggas can't get his dick out their mouth. That's the sad part about this. You got a grown man who's he already got millions of dollars, obviously, bro, or hundreds of thousands at least. He's a pastor. He's already rich. So you're going to sit here and be jealous of a man who's still popping in his death? Don't you realize, you fucking loser, his family still needs to eat? His wife still that money's going to his mother, his children now. All right, that's what they said on the channel. Which I'm not here promoting Kevin Samuels. I'm just telling you, when y'all had a real one who was telling you some real shit, how to be a better person, who actually changed the face of the dynamic of a lot of shit, he did. But y'all couldn't even see the real one. And so you seen he's this and that, he's this and that. Just if a hit dog hollers, when he says something that makes people feel a certain way, that means you might be in part of that bunch. And if you are, that's cool. But just because you're made bad decisions in your life, you can't take that on a man who can spot it and make awareness of it. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't demonize somebody who can put a mirror in your face. You can't do that. You should appreciate that person. When you go to a therapist and he tells you, and you're paying him, and he tells you, nah, you're not doing something right. You need to do this, do that. You need to take these medicines. You need to do this, do that. A therapist and a doctor could tell you that. A doctor will tell you, shove this needle in your ass in the evening every night and come back and I'll give you some more. And you're going to shove that needle in your ass and you're going to come back and get some more. And you're not even going to think about it. But your husband tell you, or a real leader, and yeah, your husband, fuck that. Let's just say that. Your husband, who's supposed to be the real leader, I'm talking about women too. Your husband, who's supposed to be a real leader, will tell you, do this or that, and you say no, but the doctor tell you, eat this pill that you don't even know what the fuck it is. Eat it every day, 2 times or 3 times a day. No. 4 times a day. Eat it. But it makes my stomach hurt. Eat it 4 times a day and come back next week and I'm gonna tell you what to do. Okay. You can't even listen to your husband though. We're out of order. We're a bunch of people out of order. We're a bunch of people who don't know the real dynamic of life because we're studying false idols. We're studying people who think they're playing God with us. They're playing God on us. I just watched Chris Brown. I was just in the house watching Chris Brown videos with my kids. You know, I love Chris Brown, man. His music is awesome. I feel like Chris Brown is one of the only men on this earth who's probably more talented than me. Like, because I can sing, I can rap, I could do a lot. But I feel like Chris Brown's very talented as well. I feel like he's the type of dude who I would tip my hat to if I seen him. I'd be like, yo, you the man, give him his respects. But as I'm watching Chris Brown's videos, this motherfucker got all types of satanic imagery, false. He's the fallen angel on a bunch of videos. He got all these wings jumping out the sky, fallen angel wings, dancing. He's possessed, having sex with demons on these demon women on videos. He's doing a lot of demonic shit all throughout his music. And I'm like, I'm rocking with this song because I know the songs. These are hit songs. Oh, yeah, for sure he did. I'm rocking with the songs and shit, but I'm like, damn. I haven't seen a lot of these new videos that like that. So I'm watching these videos on the TV and I'm explaining what's going on to my daughter so she can be understanding. But at the same time, I'm seeing like how corrupt these motherfuckers are. They're playing like they're God. They're literally acting out God, acting out impersonating deities. While niggas is goddamn going to concerts and getting drunk. And listen, y'all don't even understand what y'all be doing. People don't even understand what they did. It's our fault. We're in this position because we kept cooperating. We kept cooperating with all the bullshit that was not for us. It wasn't meant for us. We kept cooperating and going along with all the shit that our grandmamas wouldn't approve of. Big mama wouldn't approve of this shit. White, black, any race. Grandmama's not feeling this shit. Granddaddy is not having it. So if grandmama and granddaddy not having it, then why is we still doing it? Exactly. So I'm just getting this. I just had to put that off, y'all. People don't understand, man. And I don't want to just make everybody understand, but for the people who want to get it, that's the reason I do this. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. Max Jackson, whoever's in here, thank you so much for rocking with me. Appreciate y'all's time, y'all's effort, just cooperating and talking with me, and just going back and forth with the comments because I appreciate it, man. But it's your big homie, Big Bad, man. This is the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast. I'm kind of sleepy. I'm gonna go in there and watch some. Now I'm probably about to make me something to snack on, play the game, play some Zelda, or watch some TV, man, with the little ones. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Share this video with somebody, man, because it's a lot of information in this live, man. My lives be packed full of that shit. Gems full of that. It's a bag of gems. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for tapping in and tuning in, man. Big homie Bad, man. Shout out to my brother for his birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to my other big brother. You know, happy birthday to you too, big bro. Love you. Love all y'all. Hope y'all Virgos having a great time. Turn the fuck up and don't turn down. It's your big homie, Big Bad A, man. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.